Okay, we're continuing along in Masechet Pesachim at the start of the 8th Perek, Perek Chet, Mishna Aleph. And it's a little bit late, one Mishnah. Here we go. Hayisha bizman shehi bevet ba'ala. So a woman, when she is living in her husband's house, she's married. Now, maybe it was the first year of marriage, but both the husband and her father had intention for her to be part of the Korban Pesach. He said a person has to be Manu, he has to be counted in the group for a Korban Pesach. So shachat aleha ba'ala, v'shachat aleha avia. When the husband did the shechita for the Korban Pesach, he had in mind, my wife is in this group as well. The father of the girl said, no, my daughter is involved. Even though she's married already, he has in mind, my daughter is going to be part of my group. So what happens? Where does she go to? Tochal mishel ba'ala. She eats with her husband's group. Because the assumption is that a woman, she knows once she's married, in a certain way, her main focus transfers to her husband over her father, and therefore the assumption is that she had in mind that she's going to be going with her husband. It is obviously a case where it's not that she expressed one way or the other, it's just she was kind of neutral. We want to know, okay, so because she's supposed to kind of show that she's supposed to be in one of the two groups, so where do we assume she's going to be? We assume she's going to be with her husband. But here's the next case. Let's say she does the first holiday with her husband, with her parents, the girl's parents. First holiday after they're married. And the Mifrashim over here say that it was the general custom. Not so good for the son-in-laws in the room, maybe. But it was the custom that the Chagim were spent with the girl's parents. It seems like because back in the day. So you can tell it to your father. But it seems like because back in the day, the house, the father's house, would make an extension. Back in the day, they didn't have houses right beside each other. They had acres, they had land, they had space. They would continue to build the house out so the sons would live with them. So now, if your daughter's getting married, she's going to go live with her father-in-law. So when it came time to the Chagim, the opposites would come to visit. So when it came to the Chagim, the daughters would go back home because all year round they're living with the father's family. Okay, so if that's the case over here, that she's going to her father's house, now the father has intention to do the shechita for his daughter. She knows my daughter's coming for the Chagim. But shachat aleh avia v'shachat aleh ba'ala. The husband, he still has in mind for his group of the Korban Pesach. He has in mind for his wife as well. So what happens here? Tocha bimkom shehi rotzat. She eats in the place where she wants. I mean, either place now is kind of like equal, right? Because she usually goes to her father's house. So if he had in mind for her, it's kind of like equal. We're there, or the husband, so she could be where she wants to be. If she doesn't go with her husband, it might be some bayot. But if she doesn't go with her father, it also might be some bayot. Depends on the family dynamic. Yatom lo alenu, an orphan who doesn't have parents. Sheshachatu alav aputropsim. So he has guardians, uncles, cousins, whatever, he has guardians. Now, he has more than one guardian. So let's say there's two guardians that are taking care of this orphan. They both have him in mind. Okay, he's going to come to me for the Chag. He does Shechita, Korban Pesach. This boy, Reuven, he's going to be part of my group. The other guardian does the same thing. So, where does he go? Yochav makom shehu rotzeh. He goes to either one. They're equal. So he has he didn't again express where he wanted to go. Each one had intention for him. He could go where he wants. Eved shel shnei shutfim. So an Eved Ivri, a Jewish Eved, is obligated in mitzvot as well. So he has some limitations, but he is obligated in mitzvot. Now this Eved is not just a classic servant, he's owned by partners. So two people own this Eved. So, says the Mishnah, Lo yochal mishel shnehem. He can't eat by either of them. Lo mizeh velo mizeh. The explanation is, in the situation where one wants him and is strict, no, don't go to him, come to me. No, don't go to him, come to me. So, but he's owned by both. So he can't be fully by him or fully by him, unless they both agree, okay, fine, you take him. So then if they both agree, then okay, then it's as if at that moment he's under the jurisdiction of one, so he could participate in that one. But if they're both strict, no, you're with me. No, not him, you're with me and not him, then he's kind of stuck. So the Mifrashim talk about, can we force the other. Now he could eat on his own, but do we force? So that's okay if he wants to be on his own, on Korban Pesach. But do we force one to go with the other? That is a discussion. And the last part of the Mishnah, he doesn't have any money to buy his own, right? Yeah, maybe. Likely. Eved, right? Eved, Kana Rabo, whatever he owns is owned to the master. Yeah, maybe someone lent him one or something like that. You get into those discussions for sure. Last part, and this is an interesting category of a person, is Mishechetzio Eved v'chetzio ben chorin. He's a half Eved, half free guy. How does it work? Two people own this Eved. And then one guy says, Eved, it's your birthday, you've been here with me for 5 years, I'm setting you free. But he says, okay, you're setting me free, but I'm still owned by this guy. Meaning every day he rotates. Or let's say once a month, 1 month by this guy's house, 1 month he's an Eved at this guy's house. 1 month here, rotating months. So after 5 years, one guy says, you know what, I'm letting you go free. So he's a free man for those months, but he's not a free man on the other. So in his category of his life, you have a Kohen, Levi, Israel, you have a Ger, you have an Eved, you have a Chatzi Eved, Chatzi Ben Chorin. You have a guy who is half Eved, half a free guy. A lot of interesting halachot go with this guy. So, what happens here? Lo yochal mishel rabo. So, the Mishnah says, he does not eat with his master. So, so the master, meaning the one that still owns him, because on the side that he's free, he doesn't have a master. On the side that he's a master, it seems like is uncomfortable that he also has a tzad freedom to him, that he's not fully an Eved, and therefore he's not fully with this master. So therefore there's an issue here. And here, the Yovad Bartinor says, we do force not to necessarily free him, but to kind of give him permission to, we force him to free him in order that he does the mitzvah. Number one is he could eat on his own. If he makes money on his own, he could buy his own and eat on his own. Or we force the guy to free him in order to be a free Jew, and now he could eat and do the mitzvah of Korban Pesach. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen. Rabbi Chananya ben Akasher ben Ratzak, Kadosh Baruch Hu lezakot, et Yisrael leficha chiba lהם Torah ומצוות שנאמר, Adonai chafetz למען צדקו, יגדיל תורה וידיר.